Well, we're going to have a very good conversation with Carmen True about PC and Qualcomm in the PC space. But more importantly, how you're bringing really the value to the consumer in the era of AI. And I want to thank Qualcomm for being back at yet another summit. I think this is number 8 for me out of 10, so I'm not doing too bad.
We love Maui, but it's a place that has like a special place in many people's hearts. So it's fantastic to be able to launch products here and bring the industry together and just have a really great event. So that's great.
And I think what I love about it from a location perspective is that you bring it together, not just from an ecosystem point of view, but geographically, the worlds that matter to you as a company a lot. So if you're looking at Asia Pacific and then the rest of the world, and you're really bringing it to fruition. From an AI PC perspective, tell me if you feel the same way. We've made some progress over the year in really explaining to consumer what the value of AI is from a PC perspective. And a lot of it comes from a lot of investment that you made, right, to be out there. I don't think there's like one baseball game or football game that I watch without seeing the power of Snapdragon on PC and AI PC in particular.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because we are investing significantly in getting the message out about the power of our Snapdragon PCs and PCs enabled by our technology. And we're here to talk even more about the next generation of that's getting launched this week, which we're very excited about. But one of the things that we learned has really been just a little bit over a year since we launched our strengthened PC category in this space. And we learned that AI is a really important story. But in addition to that, so is our battery life and our performance message. And so a lot of the ads that you're seeing now and marketing materials really focus on that. We worked as an end-to-end integrated team to bring that message forward, the fastest Windows PCs with multi-day battery life, and to really stick that message from the top of the funnel all the way through to the bottom at retail.
And I think that for me, there's two things that really underlines. One is that from a consumer perspective, and that is true about PC as it is for phones, you can do any study anytime over the past 10 years, and battery life is the first thing that a consumer is asking for. They want more, yes, always. But the other part is that you are promising what the core capabilities to run AI are today. So battery life, efficiency, that's what, from a consumer perspective, you will want. And the other one that I think we haven't talked about enough is connectivity as well.
Yes, so that's going to get even stronger as a value proposition coming. But if we go back to the conversation around AI and where we're going with that, and coupling that with the strong battery life and the ability to run AI now concurrently with each other on our PCs is going to be significant for our consumers. And so I think what we're going to start to see is even more apps being able to deliver things for capabilities on the NPU. That's going to strengthen this conversation around the power that AI delivers for consumers. What we know from our studies and from the sentiment, there's just been an astronomical increase in just the consumer in both perspective of in a consumer's life, but also in their workplace and what AI can really do to transform our lives. Across all generations now, people are talking about how to use AI to increase their life. I even planned my outfits for this week using AI due to sitting around with a group of 50-year-old women talking about how we do plan for our work lives. And so I just think the further integration of that and inspiration is going to continue to evolve, and it's cross-generational. But according to telemetry data, the majority of it is still used today to analyze and improve writing and documentation and to do that kind of heavy work that we're all doing. And that's across co-pilot activities. Then you start to see a lot of the image generation like we're talking about, the inspiration for that. You're going to see a lot of really cool apps this week that are showcasing it across many industries that help small businesses do things in a better way and be able to do things on device. And with that, they can be done much faster. They can be done locally and really happen very quickly. So we're at a really cool age with the PC where it's actually transforming how we do our work and how we live our personal lives. And Snapdragon gets to be at the forefront of making that possible for people. So it's a fantastic place to be.
From a marketing perspective, if you had one wish that you're going to be granted tomorrow, what would that be? Is it more money? Is it really cracking the message that's going to resonate with the widest audience? What is it?
Yes. So, one of the things that we are extremely fortunate to have is the strong partnerships across both our OEM partners like HP, Lenovo, Dell, Asus, Acer, and new ones coming on board, as well as really strong partnerships in the channel. And with that, there's so much excitement coming around this space. And when we think about what's out there from a marketing perspective, we made huge leaps and bounds in the time frame. So when you look at the US and the European market in category $600 and above, we're 9% market share. So from a sales and marketing perspective, that's a huge accomplishment. But we have so much more to go after. I would love to continue for us to lean in, add fuel to the fire, and be able to go more globally in what the work that we're doing and make those unique messages that really resonate globally. And I think we're going to see the evolution of that because it's really cool when you get the cultural nuance of what our technology enables for people. And for marketers, you're tapping into what our customer insights, and in technology, we're helping to make their lives better. And that's not just a small thing. We're helping small businesses grow and become and create income for people, linking people to places they've never had before, or new capabilities that they're able to do. I'm able to do more now because of AI than I ever could do before, and make it really genuine and unique and create things that I couldn't do previously with my old skill set. And so I think that just the way music evolved from pure acoustic to having electronics come into play and the evolution of technology and how we record, we're seeing that about what we can do and create. The old is still good, but the new is also very good. And so I think finding those cultural nuances to really help us grow our market share, that would be, and having the power and the fuel behind it to do it, that would be my marketer's dream.
Where do you think from, again, from a channel perspective, when you're thinking about marketing, obviously you've done a lot of TV, as I said, you've done billboards. Is there somewhere that you're thinking about it would resonate better from an AI messaging perspective? Is there a channel? Is it Instagram? Is it social,
Mm.
TikTok? What is it? Or
I think that we're super lucky actually to have TikTok. And the reason being is because TikTok has so many more facets than what other channels have even had or their premise from. People go there to learn and to be educated and to mimic what's happening there. And you're getting a huge diversity of age and preferences and desires, whether it's developers learning to develop, you get retail reps learning how to sell better, all the way through to technology enthusiasts to how we can do our beauty and makeup better at whatever age you're at, and knock off products and which products are the best and the recommendations, plus how much time people are spending there. But the beauty of it is in that place, things are going to take off that surprise you or surprise us, and we don't know. And so I think that's the one I'm most interested to explore this year.
I love that because I think that it touches exactly to what you started your answer with, which is the learning part. And is some of it is awareness, but a lot of it is learning when it comes, especially with AI, because to your point earlier, it is about doing things faster, better, but also a lot of about doing things differently, things that we couldn't do before. And I think that the audience is so broad that what resonates with me is different than what resonates with you or somebody older or younger than us. And so I think that a channel like TikTok really helps you drive that real life usage that an AI PC could help you with and deliver.
Yes, to build on your example a little bit more, we talk about the big out of home, whether it's a billboard or even the work that we're doing, where you're seeing it in TV or connected TV in those places. Connected TV is cool because we can start personalizing a little bit more for people, but not as much about the message. But when you get down to a platform like TikTok, there we can really not just have the hello message that's happening in the other places, but we can have more of a message around, hey, I know you'd like this. Not exactly in that way,
Yeah.
but it can be more customized and more detailed. And we can do a brush with it, and we can then go to a little bit deeper and really see what people are engaging with and learn so much from that. Where the traditional media, we don't have as many of those
Absolutely.
insights.
Yeah. Let's finish the conversation around marketing on partnership,
Hmm.
if you don't mind, because obviously you're doing a lot, and again, you're bringing in the power of computing across your partners like Mercedes. How is that helping you? I know that there's a lot of work if you're thinking about Manchester United, for instance, and what that has done to Snapdragon as a brand in really broadening the audience that you can reach. How are you thinking about Formula One and the speed and the feed of that sport and helping you tell your story about computing?
Yeah, so when we look at what we call our branded partnerships and those activations and agreements around the space, we do it extremely strategically. And we look at the details of the value of that type of investment versus the alternative
Hmm.
because they are very expensive. And if you think about them just on that way, but if you change the script and how you look at it, they can actually be extremely effective and way less expensive per eyeball getting on it and
Absolutely.
people being aware of than something else. Don loves to use the analogy of Super Bowls and how many Super Bowls that we get in exchange for the being on the front of shirt for Manchester
Yeah.
United. And one of the key things that we knew we needed to do in the PC space was actually raise our brand awareness. And that comes from just who is Snapdragon to even knowing what Snapdragon is, all the way then to what about our products, what are we in, but then what of our partners' products are we in and how do we enable that? So the partnership goes from both the branded partnerships and those activations, whether it's Manchester United or Mercedes. And the key element that we try to do is create a lot of what you would think is general value around the
Hmm.
brand recognition, utilization of media with digiboards, making sure we're pulling through our products where you're actually seeing PC identified. But then we take it to the next level. And I got to give our team credit. We are very good at working in partnerships with these companies to really think through how we can get the most out of what's being offered to us and help each other. And beyond just the standard technology type of deals of utilization of technology in the business, but how it really manifests in a way that makes sense for the people who are the celebrities of their sport. Or the people behind the scenes in the sport. So we did the announcer and how a Snapdragon PC and the AI enabled PC helped transform his day and his life and preparing for a long weekend of announcing. That's one example. We also did some really cool work with Dorian Penn,
Yes.
and that's fantastic to see with the F1 Academy, which a lot of people don't know about. And so leaning into those places, which are not per se like what you would expect as one of the core people to be focused on, but that other layer that also has its own audience and to be able to use our partnership to celebrate them and elevate them. So I think you'll see some cool surprises around that coming, and I'm excited for you to see it and be
I'm
surprised.
looking forward to it. Thank you for stopping by and giving me your top level full on AI PCs.
Yes.